Hi everybody, it's Marissa with Pixie Wings Travel, and today we are going to talk about character dining at Walt Disney World. Before we get started, I'm going to talk about some tips for character dining and just some feedback I've heard from clients, and then also from veteran Disney goers as well as some first timers, what they thought and questions they had and things to help you out as well. You can book your reservation 180 days in advance, or you can have your travel agent book that for you. That is something that I do for my clients. This is really important because Walt Disney World reservations, they go fast, not just with character dining, but any type of dining. And a lot of people might not be aware that you can book 180 days in advance. This is kind of a trick that we found earlier on, is that with Magic early hours, sometimes some of the parks will open up early. Sometimes they don't. So if Magic Kingdom doesn't open up until 9 o'clock, you can make your reservation at 8 a.m. You will get access into the park before anybody else. You do have to show your reservation. You can't just try to walk in. What's awesome about this is that you have the park to yourself. This is a great photo opportunity. Main Street, you can take so many photos with your family. There's nobody, behind you or trying to get their own photos. Same with the castle. The other thing is just, it's so surreal. It's a really great ambiance just to take it in. They do have sections roped off, so you can't go run and stand in line for your favorite ride yet. This is also really great with Epcot too at the Garden Cove. Soarin's right in that area at the land, and so it's a great opportunity to go do a character meal, get some food in your tummy, and then go hit the rides before anybody else is able to come in. Tip number 3 is more for the autographs. Maybe you already bought an autograph book, or you have a teenager, you're older. I don't like autograph books. However, I always try to make sure I have something for that trip that we go on. We've done t-shirts, we did onesies when I was pregnant. For the autograph books, just always make sure that you have stuff out for the characters already waiting for them. And then whatever you use for them to write, you do have to bring your own writing utensil. Just remember that some of the characters' hands are not like the princesses. They're bigger. Look at Mickey's gloves. You have to remember that he needs to be able to grab it. If you have a crayon or something like that, it's not going to work, and they're just going to stay in character and kind of do a little, I don't know what to tell you. The next tip, you can ask your wait staff where the characters, what path are they going to be coming on. This is a really great idea in case you have little ones who might be scared of the characters. You're not sure how they're going to respond, so you don't want to throw them to the wolves and put them right out in front. For us, we've kept ours kind of on the side, so they're right by mom and dad. And those kids that really want to, or adults that really want to interact with the characters, they're closer to the path. That way they can see the characters coming, so if you need any bathroom breaks beforehand, because characters don't always come back to the table. You gotta remember, if the restaurant's really busy, they have a path to stick to, and if they miss you, you can kind of run up and see if you can get a picture with them. But I have missed Piglet before because I was pregnant, and, nature happens when you're pregnant. Most of the character dining experiences are going to cost between $15 to $60. It just depends on if you do brunch versus dinner and what characters are going to be there and where you're eating at. If you have the Disney dining plan, character meals are included as well. They are 1 table service credit, except for 2 places. And these are actually going to be the 2 places that are more expensive if you're not on the Disney dining plan. They are Cinderella's Royal Table and Mickey's Backyard Barbecue, which is at the Wilderness Lodge, and we'll talk more about both of them in a little bit. Those will both be worth 2 table service credits. And price wise, you can check on it, does vary, but they are a little bit more pricey. Now we're going to hop on over to character dining that are going to be at the resort properties. Why I love the fact that they're at the resorts: 2 reasons: proximities to a couple of the parks, but also for my family especially, I've had clients do this, you know, maybe they want an off day, they don't want to go to the park or pay for a park ticket one day, whether they're flying in or what, they just want to experience a hotel. This gives them an option to still feel like they're in that Disney theme, if you will. They get to go see a character, they get that persona, and they get a meal out of it too, but they don't have to do the whole park ticket. So the first place we're going to go on to, we're going to go to the Contemporary Hotel, and we're going to go to Chef Mickey's. Chef Mickey offers brunch, lunch, and dinner. You are going to meet your traditional characters here, Mickey, Minnie, Donald. I believe you're going to see Pluto and Goofy. They do switch a little bit every now and then, but for sure you're going to see Mickey, Minnie, and Donald Duck. From the Contemporary and Chef Mickey's, we're going to hop on that monorail, and we're going to head over to the Polynesian Hotel. And you have Ohana character dining, where you're going to see Lilo and Stitch, Mickey, even Pluto. Sometimes you will see Goofy, I've heard. I didn't see when we were there, but again, they switch the characters, but you're always going to see Lilo and Stitch. So for me, I love that because it's a change of the normal characters, if you will. Polynesian is beautiful, so if you do have to wait, go take in the sights and the scenery. The other reason why this is my favorite brunch to do is because as a parent, most character dining are buffet styles. However, on this one, they bring the food to you. It's normally the same: eggs, bacon, fruit, pancakes, that kind of thing, you know, Mickey waffles. They ask you what you want more of. They continue to bring it until you are so stuffed you can't move. As a parent, I love it because I don't have to go in the buffet line, you know, 3 or 4 times for each kid. And then as I try to eat, you know, somebody has to go to the bathroom or they want more fruit. So for me as a parent, this is fantastic to do. Now we're going to catch that monorail and go over to the Grand Floridian. I have never stayed at the Grand Floridian, however I've had several clients. It is gorgeous, the outside's gorgeous, inside's beautiful. So even if you're not staying there, this is a character dining experience to enjoy. They also offer a breakfast and a dinner, and they're completely different. This is one that I just love. For breakfast, you're going to meet Alice in Wonderland, Mary Poppins, the Mad Hatter, Winnie the Pooh, Tigger. I mean, just completely different characters, especially like together. They don't really go together. And it's so beautiful inside. So I can totally see like Mary Poppins fitting in there. The Mad Hatter just adds this like different twist because his character is just hilarious anyways. And then for dinner, you see Prince Charming too. This is one of the few character dinings where you see the male Disney character in there. I've heard he's not always there for each one. He was when we were there. My daughter loved it. She got to meet all the princesses, and then to have Prince Charming come over. She couldn't talk to him because she was too embarrassed, but this is a really great one for the young and the old too. Next, we're going to go to the beach resort to Cape May. This is not one of my favorite places to eat. It's a gorgeous resort to walk around at or to catch one of the bus to go to a park. However, to eat, I wasn't really that impressed. The characters, it's all the traditional ones. You have Mickey, Minnie, Daisy. For the most part, you can see one of the characters over at Chef Mickey's, which is closer to Magic Kingdom. But we just weren't really that impressed with the whole beach theme. Plus, the buffet was really small. The waitstaff also really try to push like extra things for you to pay. They just don't tell you that it's an extra service charge for like a 12-ounce glass of, you know, OJ. It's going to cost you like $8, and they put it on the table before you say anything. Just something to kind of keep in mind. But if you're at that resort, it's breakfast only, so definitely go try it out. Next, we're going to go to the Swan Hotel for the Garden Grove. This is one of my favorite little hidden gems. It's very low key. You're going to get Mickey, Chip and Dale. They only have dinner throughout the whole week and weekend, and then brunch is only, character dining brunch is only on the weekends. We figured this out because we went to a Run Disney event and we were starving, and so we went down there, and then we went to go on Monday and we're like, oh, you don't have character dining? However, why I really love this one is that you have 2 options to do the buffet for the character dining, or you can order off the menu. I like this because not all of us like a buffet style, or we're going to eat, you know, a buffet worth of food, because when you get a buffet, you're like, I will eat $50 worth of this food, even if you have to roll me out. So for me, I really like the Swan Hotel anyways. It's great proximity to Epcot, so you can always go there early. Or from Epcot, if you need like a little carb loading for dinner time during the weekday, or you know, you want a brunch, but you don't want to have to go too far. Great option to go to. Last but not least, Mickey's Backyard Barbecue, and this is going to be at the Wilderness Lodge. I have not been here, but I've heard great things about this. This is dinner only option, and it is dinner and a show. So great idea if you have a family and you guys are ready to kind of like get off your feet. Maybe you're staying at the Wilderness Lodge. That is definitely a fantastic resort as well. It's kind of carefree. So if you have kids and they're wanting to run, great idea for it. You want to, you know, as a parent, catch a show or not just have to be chasing them. This is a good idea. However, it is a little bit more pricey. And weather permits, sometimes if it rains, they will cancel it. So you just have to kind of like realize, costly. And then also we're chancing the Florida weather too. Now we're going to talk about character dining at the parks. And of course we're going to start with Magic Kingdom. We are going to start with the Crystal Palace. I have only had dinner here. I've heard that the breakfast food-wise is a lot better. I love the Crystal Palace. Some people, they said that it's just the food, but when you do a character dining, you're not going to eat the food really. You're going for more of the experience with the characters, that kind of ambiance and scenery. For me, yeah, the food for dinner wasn't that great. What we loved was the character interaction. This was by far one of the best character interactions we ever had. We got to meet Piglet, Eeyore, Winnie the Pooh, Mickey. I was pregnant when we went for this character dining. And so like I said earlier, we got them to sign a onesie. But also, Winnie the Pooh did really cute photos on my belly and just things like that that we have framed in our nursery as well. So for me, this was a great choice to do. Next one, we're going to talk about Cinderella's Royal Table. This is a great if you are a first timer or if you're a veteran and you've never done it. They do offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I've done the dinner one. This was for the first time at age 30. I went to Disney World, never been before, and my husband surprised us and we went and did this. Keynote for the Cinderella's Royal Table is if you buy the Memory Maker or the Disney Photo Pass, you get a souvenir picture with Cinderella. So like while you're waiting, like here's Cinderella and her wedding dress, and it's just beautiful, and you're in her castle, and it's just, I'm a big kid, and I didn't think I would get into the whole Disney thing. I'm like, really, Disney? Well, here I am as a travel agent and doing YouTube videos for it. But it was really awesome, the experience, and just they stay in character at all times. Then we go up the stairs. It's a very small stair. They do have an elevator. We go up the stairs, we get sat, and midway through like your meal, like the princesses start to come out and they greet you, and they, you know, true experience. It's not a buffet, so if you don't like buffet, this is a great option too. It is a little bit more pricey. We did have the Disney dining plan for this, so we like saved up our table service for it. The only thing is that on the food, like you kind of have like two menus, kind of like a soup or a salad, or pasta, or like a fish or chicken, that kind of thing. So it's not gourmet like fine dining, but it's still really good, a lot better choices. And then now they are going to start offering wine, pairing it with the meals, and I believe champagne or sparkling wine. I'm very happy about this because as a parent, or if you travel with your in-laws or family period, sometimes at the end of the day, you just need a little bit of a drink and you don't want to go to Epcot for it, so, or your hotel lounge. So it's just nice that they are now offering this. So there's actually one more with Magic Kingdom. I know online there's only two, but there's a hidden one. It is Be Our Guest for dinner only. Now it's not a true character dining experience, but it's with the Beast. So the Beast for dinner, I've been told by several clients, as you go in, the Beast is inside the restaurant, aka the castle. So go for dinner, go for Be Our Guest, be excited about it. He doesn't come to the tables, but you do get to take a picture with him. You don't have to stay in line. He's there, and plus Be Our Guest is amazing, and you should go to it anyway. So that's a little third hidden gem. All right, next we're going to go on to Epcot. So over at Epcot, they have 2 character dining. They have the Garden Grill, and then they have Akershus. I'm always going to mispronounce that one. Akershus. Ask people how to say it. The first one, the Garden Grill, it's over in the land. It's by Soarin'. I love this area anyways because they have clean bathrooms. But they also have a variety of food. But in the Garden Grill, you're going to meet more of Chip and Dale. They do offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner for character dining. And this is one of those options that if you chose, you know, if the park doesn't open up until 9 o'clock and you booked reservations for 8 o'clock, 8:15, I had clients recently do this. They loved it because they got done around 9:05 and they actually went down when the park opened. They went down immediately after their breakfast at the Garden Grill and got on Soarin'. Soarin's extremely popular, so there's always a wait. They were able to ride it 2 times before like a line started to form. And they had a kid, so they did the whole kid swap. But that's something to think about, like what rides are popular and what you want to go on, and if your party's able to get up that early. But again, the Garden Grill, great opportunity for character dining. Next, over in Epcot, you're going to go to Akershus Royal Banquet Hall. This is where the princesses are going to be. They do have breakfast, lunch, and dinner as well. It's more of medieval. It's in Norway. I have not heard if they're going to have Elsa and Anna be a part of the princesses. You would think, but no luck so far. So maybe that's something they'll change and add on to it. Great little experience, especially in Epcot if you want to do character dining. I always feel like Epcot's more for the adults. So it's kind of nice to kind of add something in there for the kiddos too, especially if they offer breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So over at Hollywood Studios, you have Hollywood and Vine. This is so good for kids because they have Jake and the Neverland Pirates, Sophia the First, Doc McStuff, and Handy Manny. For Hollywood Studios, there's not always a whole lot of places to eat necessarily. Probably once they open up Star Wars, there will be. What I like is that they have different characters for breakfast and they have different characters for dinner. And they are, for breakfast, it's more of like younger toddler, if you will. However, I like Sophia the First and Jake and the Neverland Pirate. So I love to go for breakfast. Dinner, it's going to be more of Minnie and Mickey, and it's, I mean, Mickey calls it, or Minnie calls the shots, you know, it's really Hollywood Studios, it's all about her and her red carpet, so she changes it up all the time based on the season. She'll have kind of different themes, and it's really fun to go, and you'll feel like you're on red carpet one moment, and then she'll change it up like a next month or two, so you can always go online and kind of see like what are the different themes for that month. But you will meet Minnie, Mickey, Donald, kind of the same of the traditional characters. Last but not least, we're going to go over to Animal Kingdom. I'm hoping with the opening of Avatar Land that they do another character dining. But as of right now, you just have the Tesker House. This is going to be Donald Duck and Friends, character-wise. They do have breakfast, lunch, and dinner as well. For Animal Kingdom, this is nice because there's nothing really right now in Animal Kingdom to just go out that you must have to eat there. So it's great to kind of break it up, get off your feet, go inside. And I've always had clients just rave about and love. So that's it for character dining meals. I hope this was helpful. If there's any extra tips or maybe there's new characters that you've seen at some of these character dinings, definitely feel free to post it below. But this was a rundown of all the character dining experience at Walt Disney World. As you can see, there are a lot to choose from, so depending how long you're going to stay, but you definitely have a variety of options for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and something for everybody. I hope you enjoyed this YouTube video, and if you want to see more from Pixie Wings Travel, go ahead and click here and see more videos and tips about Disney travels. Or you can follow me at any of the social media sites that I have listed below.